Today our topic is, how far in advance should I start looking for homes before I want to buy? Hi, I'm Matt Templeton with the Templeton Prime Properties team at Keller Williams Realty in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And today we're going to talk about how far in advance should I start looking for homes before I'm ready to buy. Before we go to our topic, just want to direct your attention to a couple links below. The first is, if you're thinking about selling, be sure to get our estimated home value. The second, if you're thinking about buying, use our website to search every home that's for sale in Albuquerque right now. Now back to our topic. So, when should you start looking for a home if you're thinking about buying in the future? You may be starting to think that in the next 6 months to a year, it's going to be time to buy. Maybe your family's growing, or maybe you've got a new job, or maybe you just want to upgrade or downgrade even to a different house. It's a great idea to start your research online ahead of time. That's why we have websites like abqpads.com for you to search for every home for sale. Every home that's on there, though, won't likely be there if you're planning on buying in a year. They're maybe going to come off the market, or they're going to have sold by then. So it's important to maybe start the research phase as far as a year in advance to get an idea of what the areas are, but not to necessarily search for specific homes. Otherwise, you might see a home you love and get distracted by it. The best thing to do is maybe 3 to 4 months before your lease is up, or before you decide you want to be out of your next house, start figuring out a timeline. And I usually say, like I said, 3 to 4 months. So let's backtrack, okay? Right now, moving in, probably it'd be nice to have about 2 weeks, okay? So I'm gonna write some of these down. So we'd like maybe 2 weeks to move in and figure out from our previous house to our new house, how much time, or how do we, from our current house to our new house, how do we get everything into the new place, okay? Then once we've moved in, we've got this closing period. So I'm kind of backtracking from closing. Then we've got this period of doing inspections and figuring everything out and determining the negotiations on repairs and doing all those things we do during the closing period. Once you've already written an offer, that is usually going to take about 6 weeks. Now, depending on the loan type or your specific situation, it could even take 8 weeks, or it could be as fast as 4. But I'm going to say 6 because that's a good even number. So we're going to need 2 weeks to move, and we're going to need 6 weeks to close once we've written an offer. Okay, 6 weeks there. Now, in addition to the 6 weeks to close, we're going to need some time to search for homes. Most people like to see homes over about a 2 week time period. So we recommend 2 to 4 weeks for searching for homes. Okay. Now, if we're searching for homes for 4 weeks, that means that we could get into the car as quickly as 12 weeks before we want to close. That's 3 months before we want to close. And so if you want to be in a house, let's say end of December, we're going to backtrack December, November, October. We need to start searching for houses at least by October 1st. And it wouldn't be a bad idea that in September, you'd spend that time looking for properties that might fit your criteria as well. But I wouldn't get into the car until about October 1st. The other cool thing to know, especially if you're in a lease situation, is that if you closed end of December, okay, well, actually, let's say you closed January 1st. We did our timeline of 3 months. You closed January 1st. Your first payment isn't due until March 1st. So you skip a month in payment. If you close in January, your first payment's due March 1st. So that's really nice if you're renting, especially if we've factored in some time for you to be in the house maybe the first week in January, and you don't have to be out of your lease until end of January. Then you've paid for January, you get February free to save money for moving expenses and new furniture, and then you pay your payment again in March. So that's a great, nice feature, and it's especially cool if maybe you want to move in a month before your lease is up, and you want to just pay your lease during that February month, or whatever the situation is. So it's a little bit of information about how long in advance should I start searching for homes when I'm thinking about buying in the future. I would say about 3 months. Thanks so much for listening to us today, and we hope we can be your real estate resource. If you have any other questions, feel free to call us. Our phone number is 505-750-3305, or you can search online on our website at www.abqpads.com. Thanks again, and have a great day.